Good evening, Sugar Gliders. Welcome to Chapter 2, Lesson 2 on percents and fractions. A percent is a ratio that compares a number always to 100. Percent, that means out of, cent, 100 is always going to compare a number to 100. So I'm going to show you a model of what a percent would look like. 45% actually means 45 out of 100, or 45 hundredths. If you look at this grid, I have 10 units on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 units going across. So we know that 10 times 10 is 100. So there are 100 units in here. I need to shade 45 out of those 100 units to show you what 45% actually looks like. So if I were to shade this whole bar going down, there's 10 units. If I were to shade this one 20, this one 30, and this one 40, I'm going to just go ahead and quickly shade in all these units. You can go ahead and do that at home with your pencil. And that gives me 40 out of 100. Well, I need 5 more. So if I count these individual units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's what 45% looks like, 45 out of 100. Another way of looking at it using a model is a bar here. If you notice, I've divided this bar into 10 equal sections. They should be equal. So the whole entire thing represents 100%. So starting here, this is 0%. Going all the way to the end, the whole thing shows me 100%. Each small piece then must represent 10%, because if I put all of these together, 10 plus 10 is 20. Plus another 10 is 30, plus another 10 is 40, and so on. If I counted up all these 10%, I get 100% in all. So I'm going to need to break off 45% to show you what 45% looks like as a bar model. So here's 10, 20, 30, 40, and half of 10 is 5, so this green that I just marked off represents 45%. So that's what fractions are. They're always going to be out of 100. All right, so let's see how we work with them using numbers. It says to write a percent as a fraction, write the percent as a rate per 100. So we know a rate compares two different amounts or units. This time our rate always has to be out of 100. Then number 2, we simplify. So if we look at 25%, we know percent means per 100. So I'm going to rewrite this as 25 out of 100. And then I know how to simplify. Remember up here, to simplify fractions, divide by the GCF. So the greatest common factor of 25 and 100 is 25. So this percent, 25%, written as a fraction in simplest form is 1/4. Okay, and these are very common percents, fraction equivalencies that should be easy to do. I'm going to have you go ahead and go through them, see how you do, and we'll check it in class tomorrow. And let's go through one more page. I want to write a fraction this time as a percent. So if I start with a fraction, I want to turn it into a percent. Well, number 1, find an equivalent ratio, something that's equal with a denominator of 100. So I know 3/4 is the same as 75 hundredths. And if I remember what percent means, it always means out of 100. So I have my denominator of 100, so my numerator is actually the percent, 75%. 75 out of 100. Let's look at the next fraction. 5 is my denominator. I know I can change that to 100. 5 times 20 is 100. 3 times 20 is 60. Anything out of 100 is the percent. So 3/5 is the same as 60%. All right, I'm going to have you try the rest of them. We'll come back to school tomorrow and talk about it. Come up with any questions you may have. Have a great night.